Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a gorgeous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So, a lot of Black Americans have really been disgusted with this NFL draft season. All of these young Black men showing up with these white women. But there is something that I would like to show you.
Yes, sir. We have a lot of press for you. With that being said, we're going to look at red in 2024 NFL Draft. Okay. The Buffalo Bills select Keon Coleman. Off his head. Look. Off his head. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, Keith.
See, did y'all see that? Yeah, you saw it. Not a Becky in sight. He was surrounded by his family, Black people. Somebody even gave him a baby to kiss. See? Family. This young man's name is Keon Coleman, and he was drafted out of Florida State. He is American born, but his parents are Jamaican born. But all I gotta say is, just judging from this clip, this family did a wonderful job with this young man. And people can say all they want, that these young men have a mind of their own and they're going to do what they want to do. If you didn't raise your children right, they will. And if you raised a fool, they will. But if you raise your children right, you raise your boys right, you tell them what you expect of them. I have 5 brothers, and my mother told them, don't bring any white women up in here. You bring me some decent Black girls. And that's what they did. And I use my family because that's what I know. But everybody that I'm around, successful Black people who have boys, they are married to Black women, building families with Black women. If you raise them with pride and respect for the family, they might stray, but they will come back. They will come to their senses, is what I say. And even in messing around with those women, you have to be really careful, because if these men start messing with them and those women find out they're not serious and they're not going to get a relationship and a baby and a bag out of it, they'll scream rape. They will still do that. There's an updated version of what they're calling it now, but they'll still do it. I want to see more Black men like this. He reminds me of Jalen Hurt. But we need to see more Black men like this. And I want to put this in before I forget it. This whole thing about marketing white women to Black men is a strategy that came out of South Africa. South Africans realized when Black people were fighting so strongly against apartheid, they decided that since Black men love white women so much, we need to use this to our advantage. So America took a page out of the South Africans' book. They repealed the miscegenation laws in the United States of America and said Black people could marry white people. They weren't doing it fast enough. So they started marketing these white women to these Black guys. So this is a planned strategy. And why is this strategy used against Black people? For control. When the enslavers forced those Africans into those slave ships, they agreed on 3 things that they were going to place on those enslaved people. Number 1, keep them in poverty. Keep them in poverty. Number 2, portray them as sexual deviants. And number 3, make sure that they don't remember who they are. Now, for 400 years, is that what they did? I'll say they did. And now 400 years later, after seeing your family go through abject poverty, you now have a talent that the enslavers are using to keep you enslaved and him to keep making money off of you. You don't see through that strategy, and you're playing right into their hands. So you're staying broke, you're portrayed as sexual deviants, and you don't know who the hell you are. Now, this is why it would be reckless for him to marry a white woman. Now, his family migrated to the United States from Jamaica. It wouldn't make any sense in the world for him to get married to a white woman, get 2 or 3 children, play football for 8 or 10 seasons, retire from football. Now she's gone. She's already got part of the money, and she's going to take the rest of it with her, and you're left with maybe CTE, some bad knees, and no real skill set. And look what's going on in Jamaica. Jamaicans are having a fight now to keep the colonizers from taking over their beaches. And you're a Jamaican player. Why wouldn't you take that money and invest it in Jamaica or wherever you live? Your family and your people need that money. And black people have to stop being afraid, bullied, and intimidated by black men who, the minute you say something about this, they start screaming about you being jealous or telling you everything that's wrong with you. Well, they can tell you what's wrong with you, but you need to tell them what's wrong with them too. We need to speak on this because this is childish behavior that they're engaging in. You're coming out of a 400-year poverty situation, and now you have been given a talent where you can pull yourself and your family out of poverty and establish some generational wealth, and you're going to turn it around and give it to the very people that robbed you in the first place. See, that's lunacy. That is lunacy. 400 years of successfully carrying out the plan of keeping you poor, telling to the world that you're sexual deviants, and making sure you don't know who you are because they've defined us and told us who we are. So, congratulations to this young man, Keon Coleman, and shout out to his family for giving us something to look at that we can be proud of, or at least be proud for them. And I pray that he will keep his head on straight and his money in his pocket. And this picture right here is the one that had the internet buzzing about this guy and his family, his mama hugging Aunt Becky. That's the one that everybody was talking about. But he is an African. I don't know if he's a Nigerian or something, but he's an African. So he's not of our lineage, but it's still a bad look just the same. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.